Hey everybody, good morning. Happy Thursday to you. Today is a little bit rainy here in mid Minnesota, just outside the Twin Cities, and we got some weather the last couple of days have been kind of gloomy, and sometimes we got to fight to get out of those moods, those dark, dreary, gloomy moods sometimes. But I was reading a book. This video isn't going to be nearly as long as the one from yesterday, and if you guys didn't catch the one from yesterday, I really would encourage you guys to watch that. I wasn't able to get it posted on Facebook because it was longer than 15 minutes. But it is available on my YouTube channel on both of them. And so if you're interested in that, please do check that out. It's a little bit longer of a message, but I told you guys some testimony and shared some stuff in that video yesterday that really was from the heart, and I found it to be really, I don't know if releasing is the right word, but I felt the release and I felt the relief after I told you guys a little bit about what was going on and what has been going on in my life, and maybe a little bit of the reason why it's been so fluctuative. Is that a word? Fluctuative? Fluctuation? Why it's been fluctuating so much. And for me, focusing on what we got to do each day is what I got to do. So yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. I know a lot of people watch these messages, and I know a lot of people like to glean and gain and get back something that might help them. And so I'm hoping that something I shared with you in that message will help you. I've been reading this book. It's called The Four Agreements. It's about Toltec wisdom, okay? And it's called The Four Agreements, and it's about breaking old habits and forming new ones. Check this out. Everyone talks about freedom. All around the world, different people, different races, different countries are fighting for freedom. But what is freedom? You see, in America, we speak of living in a free country, but are we really free? Are we free to be who we really are and want to be? The answer is no, we are not free. True freedom has to do with the human spirit. It is the freedom to be who we really are. Who stops us from being free or stops us from being who we really are? We blame the government, we blame the weather, we blame our parents, we blame religion, we oftentimes blame God. But who really stops us from being free? We stop ourselves. What does it really mean to be free? Sometimes we get married and we say that we lose our freedom. Well, then when we get divorced, are we still not free, or did we get free? What stops us? Why can't we be ourselves? We have memories of long ago when we used to be free and loved being free, but we have forgotten what freedom really means. You see, if we see a child who is 2 or 3 or perhaps maybe 4 years old, we find a free human. Why is this human free? Because this human does whatever he or she wants to do. The human is completely wild, just like a flower or a tree or an animal that has not been domesticated. They're wild. If we observe these humans, who are, say, 2, 3, 4 years old, we find that most of the time these human beings have a big smile on their face and are having fun. They are exploring the world. They are not afraid to play. They are afraid when they are hurt, when they are hungry, or when some of their needs aren't being met. But they don't worry about the past. They don't really care about the future, and they only live in the present moment. So very young children are not afraid to express what they feel. They are so loving that if they perceive love, they melt into love. They are not afraid to love at all. That is the description of a normal human being. As children, we are not afraid of the future or ashamed of the past yet. Our normal human tendency is to enjoy life, to play, to explore, to be happy, and to love. But what happens with the adult human? Why are we so different? Why are we not wild like the younger people? From the point of view of the victim, we can say that something sad has happened to us, and from the point of view of the warrior, we can say that what happened to us was normal. What has happened is what we have the book of law, the big judge, and the victim who rules our lives. We are no longer free because the judge, the victim, and the belief system that we have doesn't allow us to be who we really are. Once our minds have been programmed with all that garbage, we are no longer happy. So this chain of training from human to human, right, from me to you, from generation to generation, is perfectly normal in a human society. You don't need to blame your parents for teaching you to be like them. What else could they have taught you that they know? That they did the best they could, and if they abused you, it was due to their own domestication, their own fears, or their own beliefs or troubles that they have going on at the time. They had no control over the programming that they received, so they couldn't have behaved any differently. There is no need to blame your parents for anyone who abused you in your life, including yourself. But it is time to stop the abuse, and it is time to free yourself from the tyranny of the judge by changing the foundation of our agreements with ourselves. It is time to be free from the role of the victim. A little bit longer. The real you is still a little child who never grew up. Sometimes that little child comes out when you are having fun or playing, when you feel happy, when you're painting, writing poetry, journaling, or playing piano, or expressing yourself in some certain way. These are oftentimes the happiest moments of our lives. When the real you comes out, when you don't care about the past and you don't worry about the future. When we are truly being childlike. Excuse me. But there is something that changes all that, and we call them responsibilities. You see, the judge says, wait a second, you are responsible, you have things to do, you have to work, you have to go to school, you have to earn a living. All these responsibilities come to mind. Our face changes and we become serious again. And if you watch children when they are playing adults, you will see their faces change. Let's pretend I'm a lawyer. And right away their face changes and the adult face takes over. We go to court and that is the face we see. And that is what we are and who we are. We are still children, but we have lost our freedom and we have a different face on. The freedom we are looking for is the freedom to be ourselves, to express ourselves. But if we look at our lives, we will see that the most of the time we do things that just to please other people, just to be accepted or liked by others, rather than living the lives or pleasing ourselves. That is what has happened to our freedom, you see. And we see in our society and all societies around the world that every 1,000 people, 999 are completely domesticated. The worst part is that most of us are not even aware that we are not free. So there is something inside that whispers to us that we are not free, but we do not understand what it is and why we are not free, you see. The problem with most people is that they live their lives and never discover that the judge and the victim rule their mind, and therefore they don't have a chance to be free. The first step toward personal freedom is awareness, right? We need to be aware that we are not free in order to be free. I love it. We need to be aware of the problem is in order to solve the problem, right? So awareness is always the first step, because if you are not aware, there's nothing you can change. If you are not aware that your mind is full of wounds and emotional poison and scars, you cannot begin to clean and heal the wounds that you will continue to suffer. There is no reason to suffer. With awareness, you can rebel and say, this is enough. You can look for a way to heal and transform your personal dream. The dream of the planet is just a dream. It is not even real. If you go into the dream and start challenging your beliefs, you will find that the most of the beliefs that guided you into this wounded mind or victim mindset aren't even true. You will find that you suffered all those years of drama for nothing. Why? Well, because the belief system that was put inside of your mind is based on lies. What great wisdom coming from a book that I need to get into a little bit more often. It's not a very big book, and I think I've read it through once, but I don't remember reading that. And I read that this morning, and I found it to be profound. And yesterday's message was so long, but it said some really pertinent things and some really, I would say, related things. And each day is an opportunity to do the next right thing. And the next right thing for you might be different for you than it might be for me, right? But we know what's truly right. And we know that we can change our ways. Some of us might not believe it yet, but you can, you see. You have the strength, the power, the commitment, the dedication, the loyalty, the honor. You have everything inside of you from within to make that choice today. And if you make that choice, you'll find that you have the strength, the courage, all the aforementioned things to get this done, to do a recovery program one day at a time. Amen, right? You get it? That's how it works. So once you let go, and once you begin to forgive yourself for all the past mistakes, because that's what the book is telling us. The past is the past. We need to stay in the present. And even 1 or 2 seconds ago is the past as of right now. So we're constantly trying to push ourselves to live in the moment. I love it. I think that's really important wisdom for today to live by this Thursday. This weekend we have a run coming up, a memorial run. So if any of you guys are interested, please reach out now. Otherwise, I will be gone this weekend, but we have rides that we have rides that are set up. So it's not like you have to be a part of the club to come out and hang out. You can come hang out with us at any time. Hit me up And if you want to come ride and hang out with us this weekend and find out a little bit about what the dry riders are all about, I'd appreciate that. I love it. I love it. We're always looking for new people to come hang around and to get to know us, and we to get to know them. And yeah, so it looks like there might be some weather coming through this weekend, so we're gonna have to stay dry. I lost my darn rain gear. I cannot find my rain gear anywhere, and I don't know if any of you guys saw it at the camp out in Monty Bash, but I think I might have left a bag there, and I think I left a charger too in the building. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to try and find some rain gear, and I know Steve said he has some. But yeah, the weekend is almost upon us. We have some big things coming up this summer. We have a clean and sober biker rally coming up in July. We're going to Cody, Wyoming in July, and I don't know if any of you guys are interested in going to that clean and sober rally, but that seems like a really cool event. I have not been out there the last 3 years. I haven't been out there yet, so this will be my first time out there. And I know I'm gonna probably be going with a couple people from the club. But if you're interested in going, you're more than happy to join in with us and to head out that way. It is in Comfrey, Minnesota. I think it's like 2 or 3 hours away. Nothing for us. We can make it out there in an afternoon. But you know what? This channel is all about second chances. You know, we do I'm sorries, we do prayer, we do meditation, we do hugs, we do love. We're a family, and I don't think of any of you any differently than that. I think you guys are all family, and I appreciate you guys' kindness and all the comments and the likes and the shares. And get over and check out Butler's Customs Motorcycle Shop too, because he has an awesome channel and he's doing a bunch of giveaways and he has a bunch of fun stuff on that channel. And then you'll meet some great people on that channel. I know you will. So it's good to see you guys. Be well. Lots of content coming this weekend, so stay tuned. Love you guys. God bless.